Hi, so now I'm going to do a novel writing tutorial on how to do Createspace publishing, and by proxy, Kindle publishing. You just go to www.createspace.com and you have to create an account. So you do that first, you get all signed up, and then you find where it says new title, because you'll have a dashboard area, and then you'll have an option for choosing new title. This has been so long ago for me, so I'm having to reach back into my dusty cobwebs of when I actually made an account there. But yeah, so you click on that, and then you have two options. You'll either have a step-by-step where they guide you through everything, and then they have one for people who have done it forever and they don't have to guide you. You know what? I still do the step-by-step thing because that's what I'm used to, and it's really easy. So you just follow the instructions. Now, the best thing to do is, for me, as I have found out, is that I decide beforehand what size of book I want, because it gives you different, like 5x8 or 6x9 or things like that. So you pick that size out, and then you have a formatted template, and you can download that right underneath it. So you download that, and then what I do is I write the whole story in that formatted template usually. That's what I do, because then I don't have to mess with it later. But if you haven't already written it in that, you have to copy and paste your story into that template there, which just takes work. It just takes work, like not work, but like time to do it. And you have to go through it painstakingly. You can't just copy and paste it and think it's going to be great. You need to go through it, because sometimes the paragraphs will not be right. The indentations will be weird. Not always, but sometimes. So it's like, and it will hit you in the face when you have your published work and you flip it open and you're like, oh, what's that? So make sure that you go through the whole book. You can even read it while it's in that template, and make sure all the indentations are right, all the spaces are right, that each chapter is on a fresh page of its own at the top. You don't want to start chapter 2 in the middle of any pages. It needs to be on the beginning of a fresh page. You'll also have an about the author section at the end there, so you need to have a little teeny bio, and then how people can get a hold of you, like your website, which we'll talk about later, your Amazon page, which you will have, your Amazon author page, which you'll have. And then you'll need a page for other books if you've written them. If you've written other books and you're going to publish them, or if you've published them, or if you're going to publish other books, and you could have a page that says coming soon. Like if you're going to have a sequel to this one, you could have that title and then have like a little excerpt of that one to get people interested in the next book. At the beginning of the book, the formatting is a little funny because it's automatically in the middle of the page. Like it says title here, and you can't, go to the top. So you're going to have to fiddle with the formatting sometimes. It depends upon what your word processor is. I think you kind of go up to like layout, and you'll find a place, one of the tabs in there where it'll say like start at the center in the middle, or start at the bottom, or start at the top. And I always make it go to starting at the top. And then they'll have a table of contents, which you can use or not. If you don't want that table of contents there, you can right click on it, or sometimes a button pops up and it'll say like delete table, or you can click on it and up in the corner it'll say delete table if you don't want a table of contents. There, you just get rid of that whole thing, because it's like 2 columns of, if you don't want a table of contents, it's okay. And they have like 2 things for like a dedication and personal notes or something. Again, those both will start in the middle of the page. So you have to, if you don't want that there, you're going to have to mess with the layout up there and get it to start at the top. And then there's even a thing that says you can change it from new page to continuous, you want to click on continuous. It won't develop into problems later. This is me fiddling around with it for years to figure this out. And actually, if you are finding yourself like, at something, I can put my email address down below here. Email me your specific question because I have got it mostly figured out, like almost all the way figured out. Send me an email if you can't figure it out, and I will, like a detailed one, and I will help you through whatever the heck is the problem with that. The same is sort of goes with the cover. So it'll have a size, right? And it'll tell you specifically what size and how many pixels and things like this for your cover. So a free Photoshop thing that I use called GIMP photo editing. You can download that for free. I like it. It's pretty nice. And I use that. And you can program, like if you start a new thing, you can, like a new picture, file, new. You can select what size you want it to be, this way and this way. A good place to get free for commercial use pictures is a place called Pixabay. I can put a link to that down here. They have all kinds of things. Now sometimes weirdly things will pop up, like coloring book pages of like Princess Leia. Well, you can't use that. But if it's things like a photograph of a windmill, you can use those things. And almost everything on there is, public domain, free for commercial use, that kind of thing. You just have to use your brain. Like if it's a drawing of Smaug, even if it's like so indistinguishable that nobody will ever come after you, if you sort of recognize it, then it's cheap and don't use it. Because it's like, well, that's somebody else's creation, don't use it. So Pixabay is good. And then there's a place called 1001 Fonts that's good for all kinds of really interesting character fonts that, just a second, my bird is like, what? Shh. Goodness. That aren't available on your regular word processor. There are a lot of really cool ones, and it's a fun site to play with, so that's a cool place. Go check that out. And once you have those things, the properly formatted document and your properly formatted front cover and back cover, and remember, there's going to be a barcode on the back of the cover. So don't have your writing of your back of your book be in the bottom couple inches of your back cover. And on the front cover, they trim off the edges and they say you can't have any important information outside of these particular areas. So really try to keep your important info, your title, your subtitle, your name, things like that, right in the center. As close to the, don't be stretching it out here. Just keep it close in the middle. Because they will reject you if any of that stuff is bleeding out to the sides. So you just follow the step by step as you go. They'll have you upload the document. They'll have you upload your images. I would recommend doing your own full front cover and your own full back cover. They have these like templates where you can choose pictures and do all that stuff, but that screams self-published. It screams vanity press. Vanity press. Don't do it, especially when you can make your own. There is an option there to choose, this cover is meant for uploading your own front and back images. So pick that one and then, see if they fit, make sure they fit. And once you go through that, then it will be in a file review process, at least 24 hours, where they'll say, we're checking your files, make sure they fit. They'll send you an email that says like, huzzah, it worked. And it'll be live immediately on Createspace, or it'll be live, within 2 or 3 days. It's usually quicker than that. It's usually pretty quick. If they send you an email that says, this doesn't work, this doesn't fit, files require your attention. So you can look and check. Well, before it goes live, you have to approve everything. You have to look at the proof. And I don't order one. It has a proof looker adder that you can just kind of flip through the pages digitally and make sure that it looks okay, and then you hit approve and then it goes. But you have got to fix whatever they say to fix, or it will not go. So yeah, then you'll have to approve that proof, and then it'll be available. And then it'll ask you if you want to do a Kindle book. And you have a couple options there. You can just upload to Kindle the document you already have, or you can upload a different document for that. It just depends on what it looks like. You know, in Kindle, they have that same thing where you can open a digital proof and look at it. And if it looks horrendous, like if it's all spread out or way too big or different things like that, then you can upload a different formatted document, smaller or whatever. Whatever adjustments you need to make, you can do that. Or you can just upload, if everything looks okay, you can just upload that same document that you did for Createspace, and then it'll be available on Kindle. Now, Kindle has this thing called KDP Select, which means that if you enroll your Kindle book in that, then you can run promotions. You can either, you can give your book away for free for a certain number of days, or you can do a Kindle countdown deal where you start at, having your book be, like the normal price is maybe $5, and you have it at 99 cents, and then the next day it goes to $1.99, then it goes to $2.99, then $3.99, and then it's back to its normal price. So it's like creates a sense of urgency for people. If you enroll it in KDP Select, however, you cannot have your Kindle book, your book, available online anywhere else. You cannot sell it through Smashwords or Barnes & Noble or the Nook. You can't have it posted on your blog. You can't have it anywhere. So if you're trying to reach more people in all different places, then KDP Select probably isn't what you want to do. Also, I have found that giving your book away to thousands of people isn't always really very good, because it doesn't necessarily translate into sales later. You just have to consider it. You just have to play with it. Just play with it, see what happens with you. Just experiment with it. You can do KDP Select for a while and see what happens. If you don't like that, then you still have, it's enrolled for 90 days. So you just have to ride that out and then unenroll it, and you can go try something else. So it's not a permanent thing. So, but that's just something to consider with Kindle books. Well, you can enable the lending program so that people can borrow the Kindle book from a friend for a certain amount of time, like a normal book, and then it goes away off of their Kindle and goes back to someone else's Kindle. Also, you could tell your friends that the Kindle app is downloadable on any device. So you don't have to have a Kindle. You can read it on your desktop, on your laptop, on your phone, on your iPad, whatever you want. It's a free app that you can download. So people can't say, well, I don't have that, so I can't read your book. Yeah, you can. If you have any device, you can read it. So this is just kind of a brief overview of what to do with some details, but not a ton. So again, I'll put my email address down here below. And if you are having major issues, shoot me an email, and I will do my best to help with that. It's kind of fun. It's fun watching it all come together. And if you want to order a physical proof, that's cool too. Especially the first time, so you can actually put your fingers on the pages. That's kind of neat. So yeah, and just to see is the cover too dark? Is it too? So yep, it's fun. It's fun to bring it all together. So yes, best of luck. And again, email me if you've got any questions about it.